Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This is the long-awaited review of a Monsgeek keyboard. So what is this brand that has been coming up? The Monsgeek M1 keyboard or the Monsgeek M2. If you guys are familiar with the channel, Echo is a budget keyboard brand that I always recommend for someone budgeting or someone who is starting out in the keyboard hobby. Echo mainly focuses on really budget keyboard kits. Not extremely budget, but it's still in the lower range when it comes to keyboard kit. You might have heard of the Echo Mod series or maybe the 3068B Plus, something along those lines. Aside from that, you might have came across the Echo ASA keycaps and maybe some Echo CS switches. Monsgeek was actually launched, I think, at the end of 2022. December of 2022, Monsgeek is a sub-brand of Echo. It's basically a separate line of budget keyboards that they are releasing, all the way from M1 all the way to M whatever that is of a different layout. They started off with the M1, which was really popular. It was a 75% with a knob, followed by the M2, and today I have with me is the M3, a TKL. The price is extremely competitive. Their prices range from $99 to about $110 US. It is one of the best prices we have seen compared to the Keychron Q series and maybe the GMMK Pro. So today we're gonna find out what this board has to offer or what Monsgeek has to offer and whether it lives up to the hype. What is included in a Monsgeek keyboard kit? I'm not too sure for the M1 or M2, but the M3 comes with a bag of screws and silicone gaskets, a set of screw-in stabilizers. I believe these are for the force brake mod, a coiled rubber USB-C cable, and of course the M3 itself. The one I have is in silver. So for my first impressions, I'm pretty impressed. It's a pretty hefty keyboard with some nice accents. Overall, it gives it a really clean and sleek look. To open it up, it is held together by 10 screws. The bottom frame is pretty interesting, mainly the side accents. It's a simple bar of aluminum that you can just remove. I totally did not expect that. I have not seen this sort of accent that works this way on a keyboard. I believe this helps them save some cost if I'm not wrong, so yeah. Aside from that, the USB-C cutout is on the left and connects to the PCB via the daughter board. The top frame itself is just a top frame. The gasket cutouts, it does have a bit of weight to it, which is kind of good. As for our foams provided, we have case, PCB, plate and PE foam all ready for you. It runs a polycarbonate plate that can install both plate and screw-in stabilizers. Lastly is our PCB, south-facing, no flex cuts, QMK support, and hot swappable. The two main selling factors about this keyboard and why it is so hyped up for is because it is a full aluminum body with south-facing sockets on the PCB. So in terms of specs, it actually is doing a really good job for its price. But how does it sound though? I'm gonna build in it and find out. I'll be using these Emogogo linear switches. It's a new switch brand. I have never tried these. It was started by the person who helped develop the Nebula and Epsilon switches. These are the new hybrid black linear switches from Emogogo, featuring a Cherry MX Black inspired nylon top housing, H1 bottom housing, standard length palm stem, and 60-gram black stainless steel spring. They are lightly factory lubed, so I did not lube them. Aside from all these, I'm gonna actually maintain all the foam inside except for the PCB foam. I will be removing the PCB foam and trying out what I believe is the tape mod. If I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong about the tape mod. I'm not too sure. I can't imagine pasting that anywhere else. As for the force brake mod, I also will not be installing it. I want to see whether it is really pingy and if it's necessary to install the force brake mod. For keycaps, I have Osume keycaps. I have wanted these for so long. I'm using the Sakura keycaps with the novelties. The colors on these keycaps, the pastel colors, I really love it. It's a cherry profile set, PBT, 1.6mm thick and die subbed. The quality and print is really good. Thank you so much to Osume for sending this over. I'm really happy with the final result. I'm pretty sure it's like Blossom season or something like that. This is Blossom too. So yes, this is the M3 and here's how it sounds. Overall, I'm pretty impressed. I believe it lives up to the hype. The force brake mod was not needed. The keyboard itself, I believe, has one characteristic, and that is the foam characteristic. The gasket thok sound, it really accentuates that sound really well, but the thok that it provides is not exactly the same as most gasket thok boards. Like the QK65 thok keyboards, it's a little lighter for this one. It's not as deep sounding. It's still on the lower spectrum in terms of acoustics. So to answer the question, does the Monsgeek actually live up to the hype? Well, I think it does. It's pretty good. I would actually recommend it to anyone who is looking to get into the hobby, have a little bit more budget and is ready to invest into a $100 keyboard kit. I would recommend the Monsgeek. Aside from that, thank you so much to Monsgeek for sending these over, as well as Osume keycaps for the keycaps. I really love it. Probably gonna daily drive this for a while. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave some feedback on the video and your thoughts on the keyboard. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.